orbit!
Hello, my name is Meerah, and I'm a Lorekeeper in one of Yogg-Sothoth's libraries. And today I wanted to talk about the creatures from the movie Apollo 18. Apollo 18 came out in 2011 and was one of the first movies I saw after moving off to college, so it has a very special place in my heart. It's a found footage style film that follows the crew of an Apollo mission as they explore the southern pole of the moon. The creature's creation has been attributed to Brian Miller. These creatures are the only known life form on the lunar surface and are a silicate-based hexapedal species and are crustaceous or arachnid in appearance. They've been called lunamorphs, rock aliens, lunar arachnids, and moon spiders. But personally, I think they look more crab-like, don't you? Anyway, they're incredibly fast and incredibly strong and seem to be very territorial and aggressive. When they remain still, their shells or carapace appear identical to your average lunar rock. The presence of camouflage does imply, rather ominously, that they once had natural predators on the moon's surface that they needed to hide from. Alternatively, they could have evolved such a trait in order to become better predators themselves, which, if you've seen the movie, is wildly effective against oblivious humans that think that they're alone on the moon. In the light or daytime, the creatures seem to be more dormant, becoming most active in the dark. There could be a few reasons for this, though the most plausible seems to be that their shells provide some kind of ultraviolet protection from the sun, since the moon doesn't have an atmosphere to do that for them. They could also be using this time to consume energy from the light, similar to how plants use photosynthesis. Since there don't appear to be any other creatures or life forms for them to feed on the lunar surface, this seems like it could also be a plausible assumption. But this is all just speculation, because none of this is explained in the film. It's unclear what their social structure is, what their diet is, or how they reproduce. It's been speculated that they may have a hive mind, or that they may swarm. They appear to be non-sapient, as they seem to be driven purely by biological instinct and not some higher calling. They do, however, appear to communicate with one another through the use of some kind of radio waves. Their language interferes with the radio signals of the Apollo crew, and it could also explain why they are so hostile to the equipment that the crew leaves on the lunar surface. Perhaps our radio waves either interfere with their communication with one another, or maybe it confuses or irritates them. It could even be painful, which would explain why they become so violent. Along with their camouflage, they seem to have some kind of venom that seems to be based on the reaction after a human gets some in his bloodstream, to have both neurotoxins and hemotoxins in it. Whether or not the creatures have experience in infecting other species is a mystery, though they do behave as if this is how they naturally hunt. The venom appears to cause psychosis, even implying that the creatures have some sort of mind or body control over the victims, causing them to be violent and paranoid, and lash out at their fellow humans. I think at one point Nate even claims that they're calling to him, or something like that. I did rewatch it for this video, I just have crappy memory, I'm sorry. The symptoms of infection are a blackening of the veins around the infected area, which spreads into the bloodstream quite visibly, causing necrosis, with necrosis directly around the wound. The creatures seem to grow larger as they age, much like terrestrial crustaceans, with only the young, smaller ones doing the parasitic burrowing into their warm-blooded victims that we see. A good theory that I saw on this is that the purpose of the burrowing could be to seek warmth, as the lunar surface, especially down in the craters where they seem to have their colonies, is intensely cold. It's also been speculated that the burrowing could be because they mistook the humans for their own mothers, who could potentially keep the young ones in or under their larger carapace for warmth. But again, that's all speculation. All of this is speculation. Good speculation, I do think, but yeah, speculation. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, most of what we know about these creatures, or think we know about these creatures, is completely conjecture, but I still find them fascinating to ruminate on, because Apollo 18 is just a very fun movie. Anyway, if you liked this video, leave it a like, perhaps a comment, and subscribe maybe? Y'all know the drill. Special thank you, as always, to my channel members, especially Loremasters, PwNaGeDOTexe, and General Jehuty. May y'all grant you the knowledge you seek, my friends. And I hope to see all y'all next time here in the library.